Welcome to Body Hack and Build a Better You, the podcast where we unlock the secret to living a longer, healthier life and create a bloom zone in our life and within our family. I'm your host, Michaela Morell, and I'm here to provide you with the tools and knowledge to empower you to build a better you, one essential building block at a time. Right now, I'm here in Hawaii on vacation with my family, and I'm sitting outside looking at beautiful scenery with palm trees, and I have birds singing in my ears. But a few things happened, and I got inspired to record an extra episode that was not planned because I feel this episode is so important for you to understand why I will keep on showing up for you, even when I'm on vacation. Because I believe it's time for us to take the matter in our own hands. It's time for us to stop aiming for normal. So today, I will invite you to become a superhuman and join the fight. Let's dive in. Hey guys, I am sitting in Hawaii. I am here with my family on a trip, and I'm feeling very inspired. And I'm actually going to share things with you today. And this podcast episode, it was not planned at all, but it came as an inspiration. And it's an invitation to you to become a superhuman and join the fight. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a background story, and then I'm going to help you see what we're doing and where we're going. And I don't know, maybe you are resonating with my message, and maybe you're wanting to just the average and find another podcast for entertainment instead. Anyway, so I was sitting at the airport and I needed to go to the bathroom. And there had been a lot of stress in my life lately, guys. I am moving my whole family from United States back to Norway, and there is a lot of things to think about. Everything from canceling subscriptions to selling cars to changing your address, but that is a normal thing. But like changing your phone numbers and all of that, like there is so many things, like it's not just changing an address, it's cancellation of things. Anyway, it's problematic and it's a lot to think about. And all of our stuff have just been shipped. So I've had a lot of things on my mind. And I think it all played into yesterday's episode. But what happened was that I needed to go to the bathroom. And I was not going to bring my purse because I thought it was smart to just leave it because I was wearing a freaking cute flower onesie. And it's super cute, super comfortable. But note to myself, it's not smart to travel with on the airplane because every time you go to the bathroom, you cannot just pull down your pants or your skirt. You have to like get undressed and take the straps off and so on. Well, halfway to the bathroom, I remember that any time my red week could start because today was the day. So I went back, got my purse because it might be something in my purse that I need. And I went back to the bathroom, hanged my purse up, sat down, opened up my phone because I was super excited over all of you listeners that are here supporting me. And I wanted to check how many downloads we have had so far. I'm so happy to say that we have had in 3 days 86 downloads, and that made me very excited because it's only 3 days into this podcast. So thank you, everyone that have already listened or left a review. I so appreciate you. And today you're going to understand why I appreciate you so much. Anyway, so got done, washed my hands, went back to my family, remembered to fill up my water bottles because I have my Yidi bottle, my Food Changes Lives one, and I need to fill it up before going on the aircraft. So I went and did that very quickly. And then I got back and I opened up my computer and I looked at the statistics, and there were the numbers that made me so excited. And then I remembered, where is my purse? And I could not see it. And I looked around and I'm like, oh, I brought it with me to the bathroom. Let's run back. So I went back to the bathroom, checked behind the door, and the stall was empty. There was no purse hanging there. And there was no purse hanging in any of the other stalls either. So I went out, checked the closest stores. I did go and check the closest gates as well, ask them if anyone have had anyone trying to leave them a black purse. And no one have heard anything about it. So I walked the whole way through the terminal to get to the info desk where the check-in is, basically like right after check-in. And there was no bag at the info desk either. So I walked back, and what was so fascinating was that I was reflecting over how calm I was. I was not stressed. I was not frustrated. And now I start to realize that someone have actually stolen my purse. And even if I knew that in my purse I had my bank cards, my driver license, my AirPods, my headphones with a cable, because I usually use that one the most. I just have the other ones for just in case things. And yeah, I figured out that it was stolen. I got back. And of course, my husband, he gets very, very, very frustrated and was really sad about the fact that people can be so rude. He looked at it as being rude and being mischievous and dishonest. And of course, I understand his belief, but I did not share it with him that day. I felt so calm and so. It almost felt like I didn't even feel that it was stupid of me to bring my purse and forgetting about it for some reason. It almost felt like it was a part of a bigger picture and it was supposed to happen. And I don't know if it was because the person that found it needed money. I mean, they shouldn't be on an airport and be able to afford an airplane ticket if they're struggling with finances. But I'm here and I'm not really judging. I'm just trying to have compassion because maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it is a poor childhood, like unhappy childhood that is carrying trauma that caused them to make that decision that day. Maybe it's the inflation, the stress over not being able to rely on their employees, sorry, no, sorry, their bosses to keep on um, offering them a job. Maybe it's desperation of inflation. The salary is not following the inflation. It can be a number of reasons for that person to steal my purse that day. But I walked on the aircraft because it was only like 20 minutes before takeoff and sat down. I blocked my credit card and I also, of course, did so that Apple AirPods that they are marked stolen, so they can't use them. But I was fascinated this day over me not wasting any energy over it. I was so calm. I was so content. And I think it is because I have a bigger purpose here in life that requires a lot of energy. And this event did not affect the goal I have in either direction. And it's better for me to use my energy on something that is actually meaningful. So that was the first thing that happened because I started reflecting on humanity, how we should have each other's back, how we can come together as a community to help strengthen the communities and the lack of community today. People are more than ever needing a strong community, and there are so many people living in loneliness out there. And yeah, it just made me reflect a lot over all of these kind of things. Well, what happened afterward, because now I'm leading into the second thing that happened, was that I was watching a show, The Cable Girls, and it was the end of the season, and I watched the few episodes I still had left on the show. It's all in Spanish, and I'm looking at it as my Spanish education and trying not to read so much subtitle and actually listen to the words. But the last episode really, really moved me. It moved me to tears. And I don't know if you have watched Cable Girls, but, and I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but it's just a big reminder. And I know that Cable Girls itself is a fictional um, show, TV show, but it could really have been the story of someone that was fighting in the war. It could really, because there are so many examples out there and biography of strong women fighting and surviving and everything they have to go through, all their sacrifices, all their all the like it's just everything. And they, sorry, my heart gets so full. I'm trying to find the words, but there are really no words for what a lot of people have sacrificed for us to be able to be here today and having the rights we have today, especially as a woman, that I can sit here and I can share bold content to hundreds of people, and eventually it will be thousands and 200,000 and millions of people all over the world, and have an arena for that as a woman. It is big. I get so grateful by the thought of being able to have this arena and for you to be here and listening to it. Because more than ever, I have the feeling that this podcast is my fight. It is my fight against people that are telling us that pain and suffering is just a part of the aging process. It is my fight against people that try to tell us that 1 out of 37 kids with autism, that is normal and have nothing to do with what we are subjected to, both how they want us to eat, how they want us to live our life, all the toxins, all the chemicals, all the Roundup that we're subjected to, that it have nothing to do with that. This is my fight against people that are driven by greed instead of what's really the best for humanity. This is my fight against people that are still keep on giving medications that there's data showing that they're not doing any good, and all they do is give us side effects that is causing us more harm, that is causing our brain to die prematurely. People are having reduced life quality because of things that we don't really need, that there is other solutions to it, but they're not wanting other solutions. They are fighting against other solutions. And it's the fight against people that are just out there trying to teach us the wrong things, putting in the wrong material into the school books, trying to teach us about the food pyramid. Like, it's my fight. And I'm fighting for you guys. I'm fighting for us to be able to become healthier, live healthier life for a longer period of time. I'm putting out a fight there for you so that you can have the right building blocks for your body. I'm putting out a fight against the people that are creating toxic food. We want healthy food. They're spraying toxins all over, and then they make us pay more for unsprayed food. I am so tired of how, in what direction the world is going. And I'm so tired of seeing all the graphs that are increasing with all the different health issues like diabetes, with skin cancer, with all of the things that they're trying to tell us that this is normal. And it's not. It's not normal. And we should stop aiming for normal. I do not want a normal life because that is filled with disease. I do not want I want an extraordinary body. I want a super body. And that's what I wanted to talk with you guys about today, that you can become a superhuman. And I'm not meaning a superhuman in the sense of like starting flying or something. I'm just talking about you having exactly like we have started naming normal foods for superfoods. It's just the foods that we're supposed to eat that are nutrition dense. It's the food that should nourish our body, but instead we have replaced it with food that is processed junk, that food that is not food. And when it doesn't have any nutrition, suddenly everything with nutrition, we're labeling it superfoods. Of course, we can then label healthy people superhumans, right? And what is so fun thinking about that if you take the decision today, you make the decision of helping you and your family create a blue zone within your family, that you guys want to live healthier for a longer period of time, that you guys are aiming for prevention instead of sitting around waiting until you're sick, because prevention is the best cure. It might be the only cure, but prevention is the best cure. And I'm here with you guys. I'm here fighting for you. And I'm here fighting with you if you want to join. And if you are taking this decision today and you implement this knowledge, if you have 3 kids and you have a significant other, if you're 5 people in your family, you have affected 5 people. And if all of the 3 kids have 3 kids each, you will have affected about 15 people in the next generation. And the following generation will be more, and then it's over 300 people. And then in just 5 generations, you will have affected 9,000 people. 9,000 people, 9,000 superhumans with your DNA, because you decided that you wanted to create a blue zone within your family. You got the knowledge and you helped educate that in your family. That is the impact you have on your generations to come. And that is just with your family. Imagining if you're spreading it to your 3 best friends and they're doing the same thing. We can be the movement that is changing the statistics, that are making the statistics stagnant. And maybe even in the future, we can reverse the statistics so that we, again, can live healthier for a longer period of time, where we don't have to see all the diabetes, all the autism, all the ADHD, all the skin cancer, and all of those things just multiply. What is it called? The English word for it? Exponential. We don't want to see an exponential growth in those things. We don't. We need to stop it. Go and look at Google and search for graphs and just look from 1950 until now. You see that it's exponential. We don't want it. We need to stop it. And that is my fight. I want you to live as good of a life that you can. My dream for you is that the only reason why you would have to go to the doctor is because you actually break something. That is my dream. My wish for you is that you're going to be able to run around and do somersaults in the grass with your grandkids. My wish for you is that we're going to be able to provide clean water for our grandkids, clean food, that we can fight against pesticides and all of the things that are not doing anything good for us. That is my fight. And I hope that you join my fight. I hope that we can create the biggest movement of creating superhumans all over the world. But it all starts with you taking that decision, you wanting that change, you seeking it, that you can see it, that you believe in it. I truly believe in it. I've seen it with my own eyes. And I don't care. I don't care if the doctors and all the scientists in the world want to call whatever I have seen placebo effect. I freaking love the placebo effect. I love it. When there was nothing else that could help me to get my body to a state of self healing, and I finally found the keys that my body needed, even if it's not able to be scientifically proven when they're doing it because they only want to do scientific stuff with medicine, because there is not anyone that wants to fund the science behind nutrition. And it's so hard because it is not unethical, like it's not ethical to feed 1,000 kids just cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to see the effect of it, and then feed 1,000 kids meat and fruit. It's not ethical. Anyway, I know what I've seen. And there is no one in this world that can say that food does not change lives. Food changes lives for the better or for the worse every single day. And there's so many things that play a role into how we're living and how we're feeling. And that's why I created Body Hacking, Build a Better You, because I'm going to talk a lot about nutrition, but it will also be other things that are important for your well being that will help you to create better circumstances for your body to self heal. The body is amazing. And I truly believe that the body can self heal under the right circumstances. But I also truly believe that a healthy body begins with a healthy cell. It doesn't matter how much we're working on mindset and thinking happy thoughts if we don't have the building blocks. It's like telling someone that is building a house, build my house with your imagination and then make sure that it will not rain on me when it's raining. Of course, we need building blocks as well. We need everything to function together. Our body is doing the best to its ability. But guys, 97% of you are lacking some serious essential building blocks. And if we're just looking at magnesium, for example, this is why I'm telling you, you should not aim for normal. Your blood work should not look normal. Because what the doctors did was they actually reduced the values, the target value on your blood work for magnesium, because it used to be higher, but then the average today between the people that they are considering being healthy, which is not healthy, they took that instead. So they lowered the target values because that is now the new normal. So instead of telling everyone that you're magnesium deficient, we just changed we set the new standard and we're calling it now normal. So you don't have to worry about your results and your blood work because it looks normal. Well, I don't want to be normal. I don't want to have normal magnesium levels. I've always aimed for better. I've always aimed for a healthier body, um, stronger body, becoming a better mom, understanding my kids, learning about EC, trying to prevent my kids from having constipation. How can I best help them, support them, understand them? Aiming for being a better partner, aiming for having better conversations and communication skills, aiming for living longer. Yeah, I'm saying it. I am aiming for that. And I don't want to have unhealthy years. I want to be as healthy as possible, of course. As healthy as possible for as long as possible. I'm aiming for that. I don't want a normal life. I don't want normal diseases. I want to be a superhuman that is extraordinary, that in the sense of having a body that is functioning the way it's intended to do. And I hope today is the day that you say, that is what I want. I want to help my family become a blue zone. And if you want to become an ambassador for the podcast Body Hack and Build a Better You, I've created a Telegram group and I'm going to share the information in the show notes if you are feeling you want to join that and join the movement of changing the world together with me. I will put all of that information down in the show notes. But I promise you, the next episode will be a little bit more of education. I just felt that I had to put in an episode here about the fight, about creating superhumans and be a part of the fight so that we can create a better planet for the next generation to come. Bye. If you enjoyed today's episode, I encourage you to do one thing for me. Think of one person you want to share this podcast with and copy the link and send it right away. Thanks for playing an important role in the Blue Zone community. And if you want to keep on building a better you, one essential building block at a time, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next episode.